Hello everyone, Alex Razor here and welcome back to Call of Cthulhu. So, as you see, we are starting right from that place where we left last time. Let's go pay the visit to the Sanders wife. Come on. Leave! Pierce, Colden and Bradley decided to team up to solve the Sarah Hawkins case. They have a new trail to follow. Francis Sanders, an art collector and friend of the painter, who died right in front of Pierce. The detective goes to his house in order to speak to his widow about the shambler that the unfortunate man mentioned before he died.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
I know.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Uh-oh.
Well, look who's here.
Cat!
You know each other. Our paths crossed, briefly. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
Take
It's a
that back.
small island, detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me. You're investigating Francis' death.
That's true.
Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later. Very well, Miss Baker.
This lady is dangerous.
This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me.
Okay.
May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings.
Are you jealous?
Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
Oh, believe me, I would prefer to not be able to visit him too. Okay. He died screaming right before my eyes. I was no longer there when it happened. You're taking it quite well. Okay. Will we be the honest detective or the nice detective or the douchey detective? Okay, I promised Marie that I will not tell her the truth, so I was no longer there when it happened.
We had a short conversation and then I left. I don't know what happened after that.
Oh, I see. Mr. Pierce, you must forgive my audaciousness, but I've had practice of life in high society for over 30 years. Reading one's interlocutors, recognizing the politeness of a lie, are things that are taught very early to young girls from a good family. But your lie has nothing polite about it.
Actually, it is.
It is crass, insulting, and dare I say, terribly suspicious. Try to understand my position. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes? Did you not do anything to help him?
I didn't say it was right before my eyes, lady. Alright, you wanna play dirty. It wasn't me who who sent him there. It wasn't me who sent him there. Should I play dirty too? The true culprit is Fuller. I share your grief, but I had nothing to do with that. Eloquence. I've got bad eloquence, so I will not test it. Okay. You blamed me that I'm hiding something that's true, but it was because of politeness. So if you don't want this,
With all due respect,
Get it
Mrs.
back.
Sanders, it was you who sent him to this asylum, not me.
How dare you? What was I supposed to do, Detective? Upon seeing such a brilliant mind disintegrate in this way, waking with a start every night with him shrieking in horror, petrified before this accursed painting, unable to look away, until he managed to gouge his eyes out with his own hands.
that's terrible.
I should have listened to Dr. Fuller, let him intern him months ago. If I am to be condemned, it is because I did not act sooner.
I'm not here to condemn you, Mrs. Sanders.
Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
Okay. How do you know Sarah Hawkins? What is Cat doing here? Okay, this is not the good question. Tell me about this dimensional shambler. Okay, let's ask this.
I deduce that your husband already mentioned this dimensional shambler.
Well, you can imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it...
Okay.
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
I'm eager to see it. Alright, can we find something else here? I just gonna walk around and search your house. Do you mind? I think not. What is
Did
this?
she really care for him after all?
Dear Madam, I acknowledge receipt of the letter in which you demand the body of your deceased husband. I'm sorry to inform you that I cannot agree to return this body to you. At the moment of this interment, you signed a discharge, allowing me to dispose of his body as I see fit. I extend my deepest condolences to you, Thomas Fuller. Oh, you Thomas fucker. Right, what else? What is this?
The day the shambler came into the Sanders' lives.
So, this is how the shambler looks? I don't understand. Okay. A photograph of Sarah Hawkins next to the Sanders. They must be close. Maybe. Ooh, we've got a reconstruction. Nice. Let's do this. Okay, what is this? Piano.
A house of artists.
Yeah. Okay, what else? The cup. Psychology.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even?
Maybe. Nothing bad with this. Alright, what is this?
Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the shambler. Finally. What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting?
Maybe the shambler himself? Well, then she should want to sell the painting. I don't know, what else can we see? Oh! Is this the shambler?
He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom?
I think not at this point, at least. Okay. Can I?
She first refused to sell the painting. How did that make her feel?
Oh, I don't know, dude. You tell me. Apparently you can tell how people feel just right out of your mind. Alright, can I...
She despises Sarah Hawkins, but it's the painting she truly hates. Why?
Oh. Oh, I guess we're gonna see this and we're gonna find out eventually. Alright, let's see Shambler. I still cannot understand what's painted there, but okay. Occultist. What? Ah! Shit.
The Shambler. I need to see it.
I hope you will not do this to yourself, dude. Alright. I think it's time to read. At the Sanders. Cross-checking the information given by Francis Sanders and his widow, it is possible to reconstruct the events that led to internments of Sanders. Everything points to Sanders and Sarah Hawkins being close, linked at least by the interest the collector showed in the artist's work, but more probably by a certain friendship. Attested to by repeated refusals of Sarah Hawkins to sell a painting called The Shambler. Against all expectations, she finally gave it away for free. The feelings still shown by Irene Sanders towards Sarah Hawkins are evidently derived from what she considers to be the artist's responsibility. Madness struck Sanders a short while after he gained possession of the painting. Dark water, what else do we get? This douche. Dr. Fuller reigns as the undisputed master of the Riverside Institute and of its cellars, in which he carries out illegal experiments on his patients. I didn't know what he has done to me, but I shouldn't be back on my feet so soon after my fall, when the tunnels under the Hawkins mansion caved in. This man is dangerous, and I swear that he knows more about all this business than he's willing to tell. Yeah, that's obvious. Okay. Irene Sanders. It's clear that she holds Sarah Hawkins responsible for the death of her husband. But what I don't understand about Irene Sanders is the mix of sadness and insensitivity. It looks like she had given up on her husband long before his horrid death in the cellars of the Riverside Institute. Alright, and this is all for today, and the next episode is gonna be very interesting, cause we're gonna see the Shambler. What will it bring us? And for now, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button or maybe even subscribe for more Call of Cthulhu and other interesting games, and see you in the next video! Bye!